Asian Peacebuilders Scholarship Program, or APS, is a shared initiative of the Nippon Foundation, or TNF, the University for Peace, or UPEACE, and the Ateneo de Manila University, or ADMU. The dual degree program nurtured Asian professionals to become peace builders and development workers, ready to take up leading positions in organizations across the globe. Ateneo's Department of Sociology and Anthropology of the Loyola School's School of Social Sciences provided APS scholars with innovative thinking skills needed in taking direct action and creating high-impact solutions to the complex issues of equity, justice, and peace confronting the communities and peoples of the Global South. The degree Master in Transdisciplinary Social Development offered to the APS scholars underscores the transdisciplinary value of cooperatively producing knowledge, participatory means of building capacities, mutual modes of determining ownership, and intergenerational sharing of benefits with and among the subjects of development. The APS scholars under the MTS Dev program exhibited competence in designing, planning, and implementing capstone projects with the active and meaningful participation of the diverse subjects, agents, experts, and community members. The Asian Peacebuilders of 2023, APS Cohort 16, conducted their capstone projects in various parts of Asia. Community development intervention projects were implemented by 10 groups, comprised of 29 international graduate students of Masters in Transdisciplinary Social Development. Under the guidance of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology and their project supervisors, the APS scholars partnered with non-government organizations and grassroots movements to carry out capstone projects in their selected field sites. These community collaborations highlight the APS scholars' capacity to instigate youth empowerment, promote awareness on issues such as child labor, gender discrimination, and environmental education, and facilitate cooperation among various institutions to work toward sustainability goals.
Our group project is driven by the critical issue of child labor, particularly the worst forms of child labor. Teres Des Hommes leads the Clarissa project in Bangladesh through community mobilizers, recognizing the profound implications on the childhood, education, and overall well-being of affected children. Despite the commendable efforts of community mobilizers, their full potential remains untapped due to a lack of leadership skills, hindering effective combat against child labor and addressing complex factors. The Leadership Skills Development Program is a strategic initiative to empower mobilizers, envisioning a transformative impact on communities, contributing to eradicate the child labor and building resilience of the community. Our partner community was strategically chosen from slum areas in Dhaka, Bangladesh, as it mirrors the broader challenges related to child labor. The Clarissa project, spearheaded by Teres Des Hommes, recognizes the significance of engaging with the community facing immediate concerns of child labor. The selection of this community is pivotal, given that community mobilizers, intimately connected with the community, play a crucial role in identifying needs, mobilizing resources, and nurturing agency. This approach ensures a comprehensive and impactful response to the challenges that the community faces. A profound learning from our field experiences is the recognition of the potential within community mobilizers as transformative agents. Despite their commendable efforts, it became evident that their full impact could only be realized with the acquisition of essential tools. This realization emphasizes the need for a holistic approach, such as the Leadership Skills Development Program, designed to empower mobilizers, amplify their influence within the community. Our encounter underscores the importance of not just mitigating child labor, but also building capacity within communities, marking a crucial step towards sustainable, community-driven solutions in future peace building and development endeavors.
To design our project, We focused on a social problem in Cambodia, which is racial discrimination. In Cambodia, around 90% of its total population are of ethnic male origin, with the remaining population being made up of other races and minorities, including Cham Muslim, various indigenous communities, ethnic Vietnamese, and others. And there has been an increase in tension and violence among those inter-ethnic communities due to the discrimination that has been shown toward each community at different levels. The current tension among those inter-ethnic communities has the potential to quickly erupt into violence due to possible social or political triggers. We are truly grateful to be able to collaborate with a local gender and peacebuilding organization called Women Peacemakers. They have a youth network nationwide called Network of Inter-Ethnic Peace Ambassadors, or Nippon. They work closely with the youth network to address issues of stereotypes and discrimination by giving youth leadership skills and resources that they need to become change agents in their communities. This collaboration was important because their vision is totally aligned with our important value, which is empowering youth as peace builders. As youth represent 2/3 of the total population, we believe that developing the capacity of the youth network will help them contribute to peace and inter-ethnic harmony in Cambodia. We provided a capacity development training targeted to the youth network, and it was totally a co-learning opportunity. It means that we as trainers were challenged by critical questions from the participants' experiences, which created a dynamic classroom discussion. We will move forward as a peace builder with this experience, through which we learned that knowledge should be tailored locally, and local people are the ones who shape knowledge locally. Our role is just to assist them in doing so, which will hopefully lead to a social change in the future.
The ongoing political conflict in Myanmar is causing an influx of Burmese migrants in Mae Sot, Thailand. Despite their hopes of finding peace, migrants continue to face various social challenges in their host country, negatively impacting their mental health and psychosocial well-being, with children and youths being highly affected. In this context, insufficient support has been provided to address these issues. Often, interventions in migrant communities fail to include the youths. Our project aims to address this gap by targeting and empowering local Burmese migrant youths to tackle social issues, especially those related to mental health and psychosocial well-being. Through empowering the youths, the project initiatives are designed to be sustainable. The target area selection was driven by our team's personal advocacies. May, from Mae Sot, has personally witnessed and experienced migrant struggles, while Arkar, he focused on education and youth, and I on child rights and MHPSS. Considering these interests, we sent letters of invitation to Mae Sot, and those who expressed willingness in partnering with us became our project collaborators. The selection was also guided by the community needs and the feasibility of conducting the project within the constraints of limited resources and time. These factors were crucial for project success, ensuring technical soundness, cultural sensitivity, sustainability, partner participation, and maximizing project benefits. Our partner organizations, the Min Mahao Education Foundation and the School of the Burma Labor Solidarity Organization, strongly acknowledge the community's need for mental health and psychosocial support. This recognition fueled their full participation and contribution, co-producing the outcomes of our project. With the Capstone project we implemented, we saw that there is a wide gap in mental health and psychosocial support in the area. Many lack understanding, and some associate it with negative connotations leading to stigma and silence. Therefore, as a future peace builders and development workers, it is important for us to also integrate MHPSS to help individuals understand and manage their crises and emotions. Children and youths who have suffered from any form of disaster could have a negative impact in their development, behavior, and their own well-being. Therefore, mental health and psychosocial well-being are important in the peace-building outcomes as it will help people cope with the daily stressors they encounter.
Our project took place in Palawan in the Philippines. We identified that Palawan faces many challenges when it comes to the rise of young people, especially related to sexual and reproductive health and rights. They have the highest number of teenage pregnancies and HIV cases in the region. In the effort to address this issue, the local youth plays a very crucial role currently. However, they were not able to do it properly due to the lack of sustainable advocacy knowledge and skills, as well as many structural and cultural barriers that come with their local settings.
Our partner organization Roots of Health is a local NGO that has been actively promoting sexual and reproductive health rights in Palawan. When we did our preliminary research, we came to know that they were the most prominent local entity with an existing youth platform to engage young people in the advocacy of SRHR. With them, we were able to envision this project to be something very impactful by supporting the existing youth advocates program and by empowering them to engage in their advocacy efforts more meaningfully and sustainably, and also make them more context relevant and interesting for multi-level audiences through the use of alternative advocacy approaches such as digital storytelling. Our project was built around the foundations of co-production and co-creation, where the youth community is seen as collaborators, holders of knowledge, and powerful allies, not just beneficiaries. We explored the importance of social development based on social empowerment to transform community engagement in the achievement of their needs in various ways, and the importance of network and coalition building for long-term impact and consistency. Also, we learned certain nuances that suggest the suitability of using digital storytelling as a medium for youth engaging in advocacy of non-conventional topics, which can help them challenge existing unfair structures and harmful practices in their communities.
The social problem that my Capstone project addressed is adolescent mental health issues, particularly on stress, anxiety, and depression among law university students. This isn't only a national social issue, but it commonly happens around the world, coming from the intensive and rigorous nature of law studies. The Loyola Wellness Hub invited me to be a speaker on self-love and how to cope with disappointments and obstacles in life. That's how I was aware that at Chulalongkorn University, besides the main wellness hub available for all students, the Loyola Wellness Hub was specifically designed to support students at the Faculty of Law coming from the pressing needs for mental health support. Since the Wellness Hub just started in March this year, they needed a systematic yearly activity plan to effectively provide support for the mental health of their students. Working with the Loyola Wellness Hub on creating the yearly activity plan taught me that to cater to the needs of a certain community, a participatory approach is crucial, and sometimes only directly talking with the community or sending a survey isn't enough to understand and solve the problems. But it's much more effective to do both or more, to hear their opinions, get to the roots of the problems, and deliver solutions.
Cambodia, the lack of awareness on various social issues among youth communities perpetuates inequalities, particularly in areas such as gender stereotypes and discrimination. Traditional gender norms that are deeply rooted in local communities have long been acted upon, but continue to remain undermined, leading to protracted consequences like domestic violence, restricted mobility, and limited representation and opportunities for women in the political, social, and economic spheres, especially in rural areas such as Battambang. Our several rounds of exchanges with partner organizations revealed a growing recognition of the entrenched gender inequalities in Battambang, with organizations demonstrating a strong desire and willingness to collaborate in promoting gender equality. It is in this regard that our team recognized the importance of raising awareness as a prerequisite to promoting respect for gender differences and thereby helping in eradicating gender inequalities.
Our team's interest is to contribute to peacebuilding and conflict transformation initiatives. Therefore, we looked for an organization that is working around these themes. In this case, the organization, Forum ZFD, was really immersed at the grassroots level, working with the different local community members on issues surrounding nonviolent conflict transformation and peacebuilding in Battambang. Moreover, during the exchanges and prior to committing to collaborate, there was a mutual acknowledgement that the Capstone team's expertise can fit perfectly with and can make a positive and sustainable impact. Our team finds it important to collaborate with Forum ZFD to ensure that we are sensitive to the dynamics and the often unspoken needs within the community, as the organization has already established valuable relationships with schools and they have been working with youth leaders. The project has become more profound knowing that our partner organization highly believes in the capacity of young people to make an impact in the community and recognizes the importance of creating a space for understanding gender issues. Therefore, we believed that working with the organization aiming to contribute to peacebuilding by empowering the youth, who will be the future leaders, will lead us to creating a group of gender champions and ensure the sustainability of the project and its long-term impact.
There are three most important learnings that we would like to take away from this experience as we move forward to becoming peacebuilding and development practitioners. The first one is the importance of localization and ensuring the creation of a safe space. It is important to ensure that the strategies used are adapted to the local practices, so that it honors indigeneity of context and designs a tailor-made intervention. Additionally, it is important to create that safe space where partners and training participants are able to fully express their genuine thoughts and opinions without fears of potential backlash or any unwanted consequences. The second point is the importance of applying the principles of co-creation and co-production in developing the training manual, as it was able to create a long-term impact. In applying these principles, it is very important to be flexible for both major and minor changes throughout the whole process to have the best collaborative output. The co-production concept entails many skills, challenges personal values, and respects differences. At the end of the project, it led us to develop a context-sensitive learning manual that values local perspectives and integrates external viewpoints.
Last but not the least, another value that we consider is to make the project sustainable, maximizing all the resources that we have and with the limited time we spent in developing the project. The trained young leaders had recently implemented the learning manual in one of the schools in Battambang, and this is a key indicator of sustainability. It is fulfilling to know that the developed training manual is now being used by our youth participants among their peers to raise awareness on gender topics, which is what we aimed for at the beginning of this project.
The pervasive social problem we have focused on is a waste problem in Indonesia. This is because waste contributes significantly to various environmental problems, such as global warming caused by greenhouse gas emissions from incineration, deforestation due to the construction of disposal sites, and marine plastic, which is a devastating global issue in recent years. The waste problem has been a serious issue in Indonesia which is the second largest emitter of plastic waste in the world. So we decided to work on this topic to contribute to the development of sustainable communities in this country. My former mentor, Professor Miyake of the University of Kyushu, has experience in providing environmental education programs related to waste management, collaborating with Mataram University in Lombok, where only 20% of waste is managed properly due to the poor environmental awareness. So as his work in Lombok is directly linked with our chosen topic, we decided to collaborate with Mataram University to address the issue through our Capstone project. Thanks to Prof. Miyake's connection, we were also able to work with a lecturer from Mataram University to conduct a training program for university students on environmental education and waste management, and to create a guidebook to make it sustainable. Therefore, the collaboration with Mataram University was crucial for this project, as we believed that it could equip the students to be future trainers who raise environmental awareness in their community and change people's behavior in the long run.
Through this experience, we have learned that meaningful change in the waste management sector can be achieved where local communities and partners are empowered and fully engaged in the decision-making processes. The team not only appreciated and utilized their valuable local knowledge and insights, but also their responsiveness and full support that were instrumental in the project's success. In addition, we have also come to understand that changes in behavior and attitudes, while requiring time, are best initiated by planting seeds, especially among young people who possess the potential to drive positive transformation for a sustainable future. In a sense, prioritizing community involvement, knowledge sharing, and youth engagement are central elements that can bring about lasting change and peace.
This group project was designed to address the pressing environmental challenges in Sri Lanka and highlight unique species that are in need of protection due to increased risks of extinction. The partner community was chosen because firstly, Sri Lanka is an extremely unique place with a high endemism of species, and personally, I have lived in Sri Lanka for 3 years and have working experience there. Our project partner and I have known each other for 13 years, so we wanted to cherish these existing relationships. As a peace builder and a development worker, we will continue to foster meaningful relationships between the environment and people. We recognize that our world is a precious place and will always value local perspectives and uphold values of co-production, co-creation, and co-ownership in our future.
Our project's target area was Prasak Commune in Cambodia, where a vulnerable community resides along the Tong Lang Sat Lake. This community faces several challenges, including environmental pollution resulting from a lack of basic services and improper practices. In response, our project was particularly designed to mitigate the level of environmental pollution in the community through the co-creation of a behavior change communication plan, focusing on 4 key areas, including potable water consumption, safe sanitation practices, solid waste management, and menstrual hygiene management.
Our team is all interested in environmental issues that also intersect with inclusive development, and our partner organization and partner community were trying to address environmental issues. We think that we are able to provide their project additional value in the form of co-production of behavioral change communications to help mitigate environmental pollutions. That is why we decided to work with the Prasad Commune community and Sudrain.
Throughout the whole process, we learned about development from a practical perspective. For most of the members, immersing in a new social and cultural context is a great learning experience, particularly in observing the community's flexibility and adaptability in a very unique ecological landscape of Tong Lang Sat Lake. We have learned a lot from these local people's experience, particularly in understanding the diversity of human development.
This made us reflect on how development programs should be more nuanced, take into account human diversity, and be tailored toward their unique holistic needs, such as the floating community. We also learned that development requires systematic solutions that eliminate and prevent discrimination against minority groups, especially those that are marginalized, to ensure that they could gain access to basic services like the rest of the society regardless of their identity.
Massive tourism in Bali brings unequal distribution of benefits to the local community. Despite the significant revenue generated by tourism in Bali, the majority of the profits go to international hotel chains and big tour operators owned by a small number of foreign investors. And this leaves so little for the micro and small local businesses in Bali. And similarly, in Kamakura, which is a former capital of Japan, this town currently faces over-tourism as well. Kamakura shares similarities with Bali, such as proximity to nature and richness in culture. And to address the issue of over-tourism in these two locations, sustainable tourism needs to be adopted. One way of implementing sustainable tourism is to support local businesses to ensure that the benefit of tourism is received by the local communities, whereby they are involved in designing community-based tourism. So through our Capstone project, we would like to connect micro-social entrepreneurs in Bali and also Kamakura and foster the partnerships among them to achieve sustainable tourism that will benefit not only local communities in those locations, but also the environment. In this project, we partner with 5 Pillar Experiences, which is a social enterprise in Bali focusing on sustainable tourism initiative, giving impact to its network of micro to small social entrepreneurs. 5 Pillar Experiences represents an integrated approach to community development and community-based tourism. And on the Japanese side, we partner with Hatsuinode, which is a social enterprise focusing on connecting social entrepreneurs who aim for sustainable co-prosperity in Kamakura. Both of these organizations have already been connected previously and have a similar vision and promising relationship. It is important to partner with these organizations that are genuine in their values, have impactful missions, and have a strong willingness to work together to support each other's initiatives and to create a positive change in the society. Our intervention through our project here is to facilitate the connection between the two social enterprises, which are 5 Pillar Experiences and Hatsuinode, in order for them to come up with a possible partnership that can benefit their social entrepreneur communities in their respective networks.
We think it's very important to look at the development not only from the perspective of hands above or assistance from the developed countries to developing countries when interfering with the issues in the society. Instead, we need to see how we can hold hands together with the local community to work with solutions in a participatory approach. It is also important not to rely on grants or funding from donors as the main driver to operate. There are many local initiatives run by the local community that have a high potential to solve pertinent issues, and thus we need to support them instead of reinventing the wheels. Many of these community initiatives are in the form of micro-social entrepreneurs that have a sustainable financial model to run without relying heavily on grants.
Global challenges and current conditions demand new thinking and reimagining of practices towards development and peace. The 10 Capstone projects reflect the APS scholars' aptitude in directing, managing, and delivering multiple interventions in various conditions and cultural settings, while closely adhering to the transdisciplinary principles of collaboration, co-benefits, and co-ownership of processes and outcomes of development. The Capstone projects of the Asian Peacebuilders Scholarship Program are testament to the Cohort 16's ability to navigate incredibly challenging realities and steadfast conviction to be of service to humanity.